everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about mental health and how to deal with mental health while you're in college, the best steps to take, and just give some advice as somebody who did struggle with my mental health while I was in school. Okay, so the first thing I want to say when it comes to mental health is college can get really hard because you're experiencing so many things that you've never experienced before. Not even in terms of school, but in terms of life. Like, you're learning how to be on your own without your family. You're learning how to, some people like having their first apartments, having their first, some people had houses, and you're also building new connections, meeting people you've never met before. So you might be just evolving as a person and you don't really know how to navigate that. Some people, might be dealing with your first heartbreak, or you might be like just some type of heartbreak, or your friends back home, you might not be friends with them. It's just so much like that goes on during college besides just school and classes. So in terms of that, the first thing I want to say is that it's okay to take a break. Like, if you're the type of student who, you feel like you're at every class, you're always sitting in the front, you never want to turn in assignments late, like you're so worried about your grades. Of course, it's so important to do good in school, but if your mental health is depleting, take a day off from school. Don't go to classes that week, right? Do what's best for you, because if your mental health is not where it needs to be, you're not going to be succeeding the way you need. I think that's the most important thing, is making sure your mental health is first. Mental health matters. Another thing I would say is to sometimes it could just be your schedule in college is very rigorous and you always have something to do. So cut back on your schedule in the ways that you can. If you can't go to this event, if you can't go to this party, just give yourself a break. That ties into just not going to class. Like, just try any area that you feel like you can just pull back on, and so you can put it into yourself, then don't be afraid to do that. The next thing I would say is do not be afraid to ask for help. You're not the only person who's struggling. They have a lot of mental health. I think that some schools have therapists on campus. Try to lean onto your friends. Don't be afraid to open up, because you never know like what your friends could also be going through. They might be going through the same things. If you have siblings, or if it's really like you're missing your family, just try to call them daily. Just let them know you're struggling, and just see if they can help you any way they can, whether if they could visit you, or whether they could send you like a care package, whatever it is. Just try to lean onto the people that you have for support. Another thing I would say is that college is what you make it. So if you feel like the reason why you're not as happy or not as joyful as you used to be, you're feeling depressed, is might be time to like just get out of your room. Like, everyone's triggers are different. So if you feel like you're not making any friends, you feel like you're not experiencing the college experience, and that's why you're feeling low, it might be time to just push yourself to get out of the room, push yourself to go to certain events, push yourself to do things that will try to make you happy. They have orgs on campus for everybody. There's a place for everybody to fit in. So try to find that place. If you love to draw, then go join the drawing club. If you love to sing, go join the choir, etc. And just tie yourself into the things you love, because once you find the things you love, you'll meet people who love the same things that you do. So that's another thing. And lastly, I want to say don't give up. It's really easy to be like, I'm gonna drop out, I'm just gonna go home. It's really easy to just be like, having really bad thoughts, things like that. But just don't give up on yourself. And if you feel like college isn't for you, that's totally fine, but find what is for you. Like, don't just go home and just like, don't drop out of school and then just do nothing. Find what you need to be successful for yourself, because not everybody needs a college degree, and it is okay to drop out. It is okay to take a semester off. Just work on yourself and don't just give up on yourself. That's a big thing. I just want people to know, like, there's nothing wrong if you drop out of school. The only issue is if you drop out and then you just become a bum. So drop out and go start a business. Drop out and go to trade school instead. Just don't give up on yourself, because you're giving up on your future as well. So I know it can be really hard to just keep going, especially when your mental health is low, but I'm here to say that it does get better. Genuinely, college is an incredibly hard time, especially as a senior. You might be going through an identity crisis because if you're not planning to go back to school, this is like the first time in your life, besides like when you was 5 years old, that you weren't in school. You're in school for like 20 years straight. That's a long time, and it's okay to not feel okay with not knowing what the future holds because you've never not been in school. So for me, that was like really hard because I was like, what am I gonna do with my life? Like, I knew what I wanted, but it's like, what? Like, it's so different. Like, life is changing. So just know that it gets better and you will become adjusted and you will figure out where you belong and who you are. It might not happen the day after graduation. It might not happen 6 months after. It might happen 2 months before. You never know. Your story is different than the next person's and the person before that. So don't compare yourself to other people. Do the best you can and don't give up on yourself. So that's pretty much all I have for today's video. I hope some of these things helped you. When I was in college, some of the things that helped me was to just give myself time to do the things I love. I love to dance, and I would make time to do that. I love to hang out with my friends and my boyfriend, and I would make time to do that, put aside time. So if I had just let the sadness swallow me, it would have drowned me. So I just had to fight it, and I just had to keep going. And now I'm out and I feel so much better. And so I just want you guys to know it gets better. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments or anything like that. Just like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week with more videos.